Bismillah Rahman Rahim. In this lecture, we are going to talk about presentation skills. So, first of all, we need to split the phrase presentation skills into two parts in order to come up with the understanding of the concept of presentation skills in English. So, what is presentation? Presentation is a form of communication, especially oral communication, referring to the expression of an idea with impression. Now, this is a short definition or concept of presentation. Presentation is a form of communication. Now, presentation is a communication, but it is one of the forms of it. Now, presentation is usually verbal. Normally, it can be written or through other signals or symbols as well. But for the most part, in the context of educational institution, when you are going to present a topic, you need to talk about it, you need to speak about it, or you need to discuss it through oral means or through oral medium. Now, in simple words, presentation is the discussion, description, explanation, or analysis of a topic verbally or through verbal or oral medium or spoken medium. So by oral communication, I mean that you need to speak about it, you need to discuss or describe or explain or say something about the topic orally through verbal or oral medium. Now, we have understood that presentation is an oral form of communication, and by communication I mean interaction, and by interaction I mean speaking to someone, or it can also include writing, but in this context communication refers to interaction, speaking, speech, conversation, etc. Now, presentation, as I told you, that is a form of oral communication. It refers to the expression of an idea with impression. Now, there are three other words that need explanation, with which I will explain later on as well. Now, presentation is an expression of an idea, or it is an expression of a concept with impression. You would express, you would talk about an idea, but the point is you need to express or present or speak about your idea with impression. Now, impression is very important in your presentation. Now, we have understood that presentation is a form of communication, particularly oral communication, referring to the expression of a concept, an idea with impression. Now, let's discuss the keywords in the definition or in the concept. Now, there are actually 5 words in the definition or in the concept of presentation which need explanation or clarification on the part of you people. So, the first word in this definition is communication. Now, as I also told you that communication refers to interaction, or in more simple words, it refers to speaking, or it refers to the discussion or speech. It can also include writing as well, or the representation of something else through other symbols and sign. But in this context, by communication I mean interaction or speaking. Now, it is in the second word in this definition is oral communication. Now, presentation is a communication, but it is an oral form of communication. It is the verbal form of communication. You would present things through verbal medium or verbal means or oral or spoken means. So when you are going to present a topic, you need to use spoken medium rather than written medium. Although presentation can also cover the meaning of written materials or written medium as well. Like when you are supposed to answer a question in written paper or in subjective paper, sometimes you are asked to pay special attention to the presentation of a paper. Now, in that context, presentation refers to the way you express your idea. Now you have understood communication and oral communication. Now the third point in the definition is expression. Now expression simply means the the actualization or the realization of an idea you have in your mind. Now in simple words, it is the elaboration of an idea. You have got an idea or concept in mind. When you give a concrete form to that idea through written or spoken means, this process or this phenomenon is actually the expression of that idea. So in presentation you would present or express whatever you have your mind. So this actually the expression of the idea. Now whatever you have your mind, it can be information, it can be knowledge, it can be concept, thoughts or emotion, etc., that exist in your mind. When whatever the contents that exist in your mind is actually the idea in the presentation. Now the last element or component of this definition is the impression, which is very necessary in terms of presentation. Now the most important point, as I told you again, that when you want to express or you want to present an idea or express an idea through oral means, so the most important thing is that you need to express it with impression. Now impression refers to creating effect on the audience. You need to express the idea in the way that leaves impression or effect or good influence on the audience. When you are doing this, this refers to the impression in your presentation. When you influence your audience through different techniques or skills, later on I will tell you which skills are actually used to influence or move the audience in your presentation. Now the most important thing in your presentation is that you need to influence or impress the audience. So this is the most important thing in your presentation. Now we are actually going to talk about the techniques or skills of presentation in the next slide in details. So let's conclude the concept or definition of presentation. Presentation is a form of communication, especially oral communication. It is in oral communication, it is a form of communication that is oral, that is verbal, that uses spoken medium. It refers to the expression of an idea with impression. In presentation, you are presenting or expressing an idea impressively. Now impression or influence or the effect of the person who is going to present idea is very central or essential in your presentation. Now the keywords, as I told you again, are communication, oral communication, expression, idea and impression. Now communication, I told you, there is the interaction. Oral communication, the interaction through verbal or spoken means. Expression refers to the elaboration, idea refers to the contents, knowledge, information, thoughts in your mind, and impression refers to the influence or the effect of the speaker on the audience.